I mean, like, I kind of wanted to ask.
Okay, yeah, go ahead.
So, like, something that I was thinking about while I was listening to you was, you were talking about your belief in natural law, and I was wondering about how you feel about, like, a lot of the science that's been going on that's been, like, I don't know, like, I don't want to say, like
CRISPR
breaking natural law, but, like, CRISPR and, like, genetic science and all of that, and how you feel, like, do you feel like that is just, like, that human progress and actually, like, or are we, like, whenever we, like, start playing with God like that, where we're, like, I don't know, like, cloning sheep embryos and, like, altering our genetic codes and, like
what do I think about doing all that stuff?
what are your thoughts about that? How do you view that? Do you view that as something that is, I don't know,
well, here it is. I'm advocating for a peaceful society. And in that peaceful society, when you have children that are raised peacefully and negotiating, you won't have people ripping off other people for shoes or murdering them as much or raping them as much. So all this stuff goes away. I'm a philosopher. I'm about preventative. Yeah. Don't call me after you've had a heart attack. I'm about eating before you get the heart attack. So what do I think about it? I think it's I'm not going to say it's right or wrong. I don't think we should play God, and that's not important to me. I think there's more moral things to work on, like world situation and starving and certain political things going on in the world and other countries that we should not turn a blind eye to, that we are. I think that's way more important, whether or not we should clone bunny rabbits.
Definitely, thank you. I was just, it was something that I was thinking whenever I was listening.
Well, I don't think it's right or wrong. It's up to them. But hopefully, my daughter, I'll raise her to be have a good bedrock and morality in that, and she won't want to get cloned or you know what I mean, or getting altered or whatever you mean.
Yeah, I mean, like, I don't think that we're at any point where we could, like, actually alter human DNA yet, but it's just that it's something that's, like, been, like...
We can. We are.
Crazy. Really? That's crazy.
Yeah, there's a handful of...
China right now, I know there's been a lot of dogging on China, and I'm not a conspiracy theorist. I really am an empiricist. I really don't, like, believe anything exists until it can be proved to me that it exists. Like, there could be a unicorn farm on the far side of the moon, but I'm not going to say there is or not because I don't know. And so, but what I do know is China is not doing very good in the world right now.
For sure.
We need to let the world know that this needs to be stopped. It's horrendous crimes are happening. So I'm not a conspiracy theorist, so I was going to say something about that, but anyway, I forgot. No, I'm an empiricist. I really like to, and this gets down to, like, if you want to help something, okay, so here's the situation. Where do you get your morality? Where do you get what's right and wrong? How do you know? Do you just make it up? Do you just know? Do you just feel it? Or do you like, oh my God, this is where I sit?
Imminent harm and no hypocrisy.
Okay,
like,
so quick, I want to just, can you spell your last name for me?
Oh, Dauenhauer. Dauenhauer.
Cool, thank you.
Okay, so you have dead roots, right? Mm-hmm. And let's say dead roots comes up with this coat thing. Mm-hmm. Okay, right? This is an example. And you do all this stuff and you do the coat thing and let's just make it easier to say raise money for charity to feed children in another country or something like that, or give them medical help. So you raise this money for this great cause and you're a good person and you hand it over to the people that are going to distribute it and build the buildings and all this stuff. And they don't build the buildings. But wait, first of all, you don't know about it at first. Okay? You don't know about it at first.
Yeah.
Okay? So they do all this stuff and you're getting kudos and pats on the back and NBC wants to interview you and all this stuff. And then you find out that not only are they not getting the money, but the people who are taking the money are actually using it against what you're trying to fix. They're actually harming you with the money you're giving them. Okay? This is where real morality comes down. Where do you find that line? How do you make that choice on what you're going to do? Because when you're feeding your family, it's hard to say no.
I would refuse to step into that position in the first place. I'm the kind of person that I would love to have my own
like
team
study
go
beforehand and figure it out before you get into it.
I want to raise the money, hire the people that I want on that job.
Awesome.
And put them there, pay for them there, and monitor them.
Oversight on that. Right.
Yeah, and just be like, oh, okay. Like, because there was a gentleman we were talking to that might come on the show later that was super kind of interesting question. She was like, well, with all of the stuff you're doing, like, what would you do if someone gave you $1 million but you had to sign away this whatever? I'm like, I wouldn't take the money. He's like, you would take the money in .com over here. He's like, no, she wouldn't take the money. Like, I'm like, no.
There are,
bottom line, like, I don't.
For sure, but I think in general people aren't And it's hard for people who don't, like you and I, we've had the time and we have the luxury to read into this and to study on it and to make ourselves better and to do all that. Most people don't have this type of time to better themselves. So what we can do is kind of help them out and just say, hey, here's the general terms. Here's how lay people can understand it for a better life.